Hello, I've decided to do something a little bit different with my training log. I'm going to try to record my training sessions, and I was deciding whether I was just going to put music in the backdrop or have myself talk in the backdrop, and I decided to go with talking because I didn't feel like figuring out how to do the music thing, so I was doing it legally. So you get to hear my wonderful voice describe what I'm doing. I also like it this way so I can tell you why I'm doing the things I'm doing, and give you a little bit more insight into what I'm thinking when I'm training. So if you are unaware, I'm running Jim Wendler's 5-3-1 for deadlift, press, bench, and squat. This week is my fives week. So I'm going to do 3 sets of 5, and on the very last set I'm going to do more than 5. I'm going to do 5 or as many as I can do while leaving 1 in the tank. This is my last set, obviously, because I've done well over 5 reps. I think I hit 11 maybe. And this right here is me doing the boring but big. I'm also doing boring but big, which means I do 5 sets of 10 after my big heavy set. And with my boring but big on each day, I'm trying to do something a little bit different. So as you can see, my stance was a little bit wider. I was using a sumo stance. Haven't used sumo stance very much. I normally pull conventionally, so with the feet closer together. And I'm also not showing all the sets because the video would be extremely long and boring, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to fill all of this with talking. This is my first accessory lift. It's the hip thrust. I do it in the deadlift platform because I'm lazy and I would rather move the small weight than set up in a whole new thing where the hip thrust is normally set at. This is my second accessory movement I'm using on my deadlift day. It's a single leg Romanian deadlift using dumbbells. I don't know why I'm using dumbbells over a barbell. I feel like it just feels a little better to me. So I don't have a great physiological reason why. So yeah, they're getting a little sloppy at the end here. I'm finding grip is becoming a pretty big factor, so it's hard for me to concentrate on making sure that I'm keeping my knee back, and I'm trying to keep a vertical shin on my working leg. And at the end of my deadlift day, I pull a heavy sled, just harness around the waist, load up a bunch of weight, and walk down and back with it. Or in this case, attempt to walk back with it. I only make it about 75 feet, which is down and then about halfway back. Yeah, I'll use this little bit of time to talk about my warm-up a little bit. On one of my last posts, I commented about how I wasn't doing my normal warm-up. Yeah, it was during the deload week. I wasn't doing my normal warm-up. I was just riding my bike in and calling that a warm-up. And I really didn't like that because I felt really tight, and not getting my normal warm-up in meant I wasn't as mobile as I normally am. Here comes my bench day though, so I'll talk about that in a little bit. So this is Tuesday, my bench day for my 5s week. Again, this is my last set, so I'm going to be doing 5 plus, or 5 and then as many more as I can do while still leaving 1 rep in the tank, or not going to complete failure. Yeah, so anyway, on my warm-up, I'll usually do walking toe touch, and then a walking lunge, and then a monster walk, some scaption, some face pulls, lat stretch, and a waiter's walk, and then I'll do a whole bunch of crawls, which I'll probably do a video for. Each day I'm running like 3 crawls, 3 different types of crawling, so like bear crawls, frog, gorilla. They're all named after animals. Most of them are named after animals. This is my boring but big. I've changed this up by adding a band around my wrists. It's there to allow me to engage my back a little bit more. So I'm resisting the bands pulling my arms together by pulling my arms apart, which tightens my back a little bit more, which keeps me more stable during the bench. I think I did 14 on this one because I wasn't counting right, and I would rather do a little bit more than a little bit less. Right here I'm doing a single arm bench, and I'm supersetting it with a cable row. I like the single arm bench, but I don't think I'm going to be doing it for very much longer, because I think with the boring but big on my bench day, it's a little bit too much pushing. I should be doing a little bit more pulling, so I think I'm going to drop the single arm bench and do some kind of row, maybe a body weight row in its place. I really do like the cable row though, because it's really easy to just throw a whole bunch of weight on there, and there's not a ton of technique considerations. There's a few, but really you can get away with putting up a lot of weight on that one, which is what I'm about to do right now. The single arm bench I've really liked using. I've been using it for a few months now, and I feel like I'm starting to get the hang of it, which is why I don't really want to get rid of it. But I think I'll do a little bit better with some more pulling exercises. So finish this up, and at the very end of my bench day, the strongman movement that I have chosen for this is the sandbag carry. Right here I'm attempting to pick it up wrong because I feel like it's better. It's not. So what I'm trying to do right now is the sandbag is upright, so it's tall, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to pick it up low on it. There goes a car. But it felt like it was stapled to the ground because I was doing it wrong. So this is me attempting to pick it up sideways. I picked it up a little too high, so I couldn't properly lap it. So I give it one more shot, and I take my grip a little bit lower. The sandbag that I'm using here is it's a big duffel bag filled with smaller sandbags so that we can adjust the weight really easily. Yeah, so I finally get it up, and then I'm super gassed from trying to pick it up 3 times, so I only get it one length. I only get it 50 feet, so I'll try that weight again next time, see if it was me being super gassed or me being a wimp about it. This is my conditioning day. I wasn't going to do conditioning today, but I was going to go camping that weekend, so I figured if I was going to do conditioning during camping, then I was probably going to half-ass it. So I decided to do it today, and my thought process behind this conditioning workout was let's squat some more. Let's just do some more squats. You can do squats pretty much every day. I think I was reading a Brett Contreras article, and it was about if it's important, do it every day. So, you know, obviously it's a good idea to squat every day. That's sarcasm. not heavy, don't squat heavy every day. So I paired pull-ups with squats because pull-ups are the squat of the upper body. So, you know, the logic is flawless there. So I did 10 pull-ups, 10 squats, 9 pull-ups, 9 squats, 8 pull-ups, 8 squats, and so on until I hit 1. I almost stopped at 7, which probably would have been a good idea, but I finished it out. So on my squat day, this is about halfway through my squat day, I checked the battery on the camera. Actually, I didn't check the battery on the camera, and that was the problem. And it took 1 second of video and then died. So I spent my squatting recharging the camera, and finally got enough juice to show some of the accessory I was doing. The first one was a glute ham raise, which I need to work on. My back is a little bit tight during those. And this is the tire flip. I do as many as I can in 1 minute. I was pretty gassed right now, so I wasn't putting a lot of effort into it, but surprisingly I actually got a decent number of reps. Normally I'll shoot for like 12. I think the week, or one of my best weeks, I hit 12, but I wasn't feeling it today, so I feel like I drug a little bit of ass on this one, but by the time I figured out that, hey, I might be able to hit 12 or 13, it was a little bit too late. So I think I do it 12 times, but the last one is, that one is just a little bit shy of a minute. But I felt good about that for how I felt going into the workout. This is my press day, the last set of my press day. Nothing super special here. My press is going up slowly but surely. Yeah. I seem to get stuck at doing 155 for about 7. Hold that one at the top a little bit just to feel like I did something. On this one, instead of doing the strongman movement at the end, I do it second, because by the end of the day I don't want to do a farmer's carry. So I would skip it a whole bunch. So now I'm just doing it after my big press. On this one, I believe, yeah, I had trouble getting the farmers to go back in the right direction, and that was my own fault. I wasn't thinking about it very well, and they're bobbing the other way too. And yeah, that's it. The video is ending. I will make this better next time.